Hello everybody, and thank you for joining me. This is Ciara from Ciara T Designs, and today I have another one of my landscape watercolors to share with you. So let's jump right in. So if you've been watching this series, you know that we don't have many of these left, and then we're going to move on to different things, so it's going to be pretty exciting. So for the colors in this painting, we're using Peacock Blue, Brilliant Pink, which is a pastel, that's why it's in the ceramic container beside me, and then Prussian Blue and Indigo. Now, Prussian Blue is not as dark as I was hoping it was going to be, so I'm going to actually end up mixing it with some indigo for the water when we get there. So here I'm showing it to you just as the color itself, and then when I actually go to use it in the painting, I do end up darkening it up a bit to create just a darker water. This is kind of a moody painting, and yes, I went a little bit rogue. I kind of have been doing that a lot lately with these paintings, but I've been having so much fun. So we create a horizon line, and then we're going to draw in some rocks. And you guys know, if you've followed this for a while, I am following a Skillshare tutorial as I create these. I'll have the link to the class that I'm following, as well as a free month if you want to try it. There's nothing I don't get an affiliate or anything for that. It's just if you want to, give it a go, you can go and try that. So I am going to start down with the clean, clear water. If you guys know what this series is all about, you've seen me do this quite a few times. I do find that I prefer the wet on wet technique for watercolor. It's kind of become something that I really enjoy because it reminds me a bit of alcohol inks. You guys have seen me use alcohol inks where I lay down like the blending solution, and then I kind of work from there, adding color and building it up and whatnot. So I'm sorry if my printer is loud in the background. I don't know if you guys can hear it. I also have my cutting machines going. I'm coming up to releasing a bunch of new sticker sheets in the shop, and you guys know I'm working really hard on my tulip collection. I actually officially ordered the washi tapes today. This is being edited on May 5th. You guys won't see it for a little bit, but because I work in advance, because I've got so much stuff going on, I officially ordered the washi tapes today, and I cannot explain to you guys how excited I am. I did a little happy dance. I'm so excited. It's my dream to have a stationery shop. If you have been following me for a while, you probably have heard me say that before, but if you're newer to my channel, you probably didn't know that. And yeah, I've been dreaming about a stationery shop for a long time, and it's finally kind of coming together, and I am so excited. I'm supposed to get the postcard print design tomorrow from the manufacturer, and then the washi tapes will take a little while. I think they said about 20 days turnaround, so I won't see those until the end of May, but I'm just so excited to be moving forward with everything. You guys don't even know. So I cannot express how excited I am. But back to the watercolor. I did use the Prussian Blue as its saturated color to create the clouds in the background. And then I didn't like how, I don't even know the right word here. I didn't like how they went, so I added a little more water to kind of break them up a little more. I wanted them to be really wispy looking. I have struggled with clouds in the past in my watercolor drawings or paintings, so I'm experimenting with different things. One of these times I'm going to do the paper towel one, where you bring in just a little bit of paper towel and you blot off some of the color and create clouds that way. I think that would be a really fun way to do it too, but so far I have just been painting them in, and that's pretty neat. So that is what we did here, and I like how these clouds turned out. It took me a really long time to like them, but I'm finally getting to a point where I'm feeling more confident in my paintings. And then I start going rogue because of that, because I'm like, well, we should add this extra thing here, or this little bit of something here. And I kind of struggle to hold back, but I do my best. But here is where I have brought in indigo into my Prussian Blue as well, so that it's just a bit of a deeper color. I wanted it to be way deeper than what the Peacock Blue looked. And when I did my swatches, it wasn't dark enough for me. So I did end up just deepening it a little bit to get a little more contrast. And now I don't use the same colors as the instructor, sadly, because I generally don't have them. She uses a lot of Payne's Gray. I don't have Payne's Gray, so I use indigo because my indigo is quite gray. Indigo is supposed to be like a very dark blue shade. Mine is mostly gray, and you're going to see it because my rocks are all made up of indigo. And that kind of just, it works for me. It looks really pretty. I'm a big believer of working with what you have on hand. And then we're adding some texture to the water. So I have a darker variation of the color here, and I'm just kind of lining the water so that it looks like there's some movement in it. Again, it's just about texture and dimension, which is a big thing that I love. So I'm going to do that. And I have a question for you guys. Now, generally the people who watch the watercolor videos are my, tried and true supporters. They come and watch every video I create, and I really want to get your guys' input. So I have been considering doing a mail club. Now, if you don't know what that is, it's generally something an artist or a creator does, and it's like a subscription, a monthly subscription, and you receive stuff in the mail. It is sent with a stamp. It's not tracked, and that makes it inexpensive. So it's a way to support an artist and receive something in the mail every month. And I've been kind of considering doing this, and I would like your guys' feedback and your thoughts on that. So it would be something like every month you would receive maybe a print or a postcard. Currently, I'm making my prints a postcard so that you can use it or put it on your wall. I like to make stuff multifunctional. And then it would be like a die cut sticker and a third thing. So maybe a little sticker sheet, or maybe it would be like handmade paper, or maybe it would be die cuts, or maybe like, cause my stuff is very creative based. It's not just drawing or art based. So I would kind of like to be able to change the third thing up to be whatever. So I would love to know what your guys' thoughts are. So it's kind of like a more inexpensive way to support an artist, and you receive something in the mail from them every month. Oh, and generally it also has a letter kind of like catching you up on what they've been up to behind the scenes, what's going on in their world, that kind of thing. And they're really fun. And I've been pondering this for a little while. So you would get an artwork every month, whether it would be, I don't know what it would be to start with, probably a painting. So it could be something like the painting you see me doing here, but it would be a print of the painting. Obviously, I couldn't send the original multiple times. So it would just be a print of the painting, and then a die cut sticker that would probably coordinate in some way, and then whatever I could come up with. So either like a small sticker sheet that could go with it, or maybe a bookmark, or maybe I could do alcohol inked pieces and then cut them up into long strips, and you guys could use them in your projects, or handmade papers, or just that kind of thing. So tell me your thoughts. Do you think that that's something you would be somewhat interested in? And I'm not saying you have to sign up, obviously. I just want your input. So I'm hoping it would be something like maybe $15 Canadian a month. So I think American, that works out to like 12 or 11, something like that. So it'd be something like that. That would include shipping. And of course, like I said, it is the stamp. So it's snail mail. It's not, tracked mail. So you have to be comfortable with that. And so it could take, all month to get you, depending on where you live in the world. But it's just something I've been kind of noodling. And I'd like my people who, spend a lot of time with me to tell me their thoughts on that. Is that something you would consider? Is that something you wouldn't be interested in at all? Just let me know your thoughts, negative or positive, either direction. I'd love to hear. And it would just be kind of like exclusive items. The only exception would be that the postcard would have to be, because I order my postcards in, I would need to be able to sell like the excess ones later. So say the minimum order quantity, sorry guys, I had a hiccup there. The minimum quantity would be, say, like you could only order, 50, and you have 30 people signed up to your mail club. Well, obviously the 30 would be sent out, but you'd still have 20 of them. So it'd have to be something that I could put in my shop, the next month or another month down the road, and that people could then grab if they wanted it. But would be exclusive, like the die cut sticker would be exclusive, and whatever else would be exclusive to the club, and only the club members would receive that. And you'd have up to the end of the month kind of to sign up. So tell me your thoughts. I think it's kind of a neat idea. It's kind of a fun way to, be a little more able to reach out to you guys and kind of curate it a little bit. So yeah, tell me your thoughts on that. So here you've seen me paint the rocks. The rocks, like I said, are completely painted in indigo, because mine happens to be very gray, as you can see here, but it does kind of have a little blue tinge. So that's kind of a fun look with all these blues other than the pink. So really this painting only used 4 colors, which I thought was kind of a cool way to do. Now here's where I went rogue. The instructor pretty much never adds highlights. I don't know why she doesn't. She just doesn't. That's not her preferred method. So I went in with a little bit of white gouache and I added my sun because I thought that that would be kind of neat to have it coming up or going down, however you want to look at this. And then I added some white highlights to the water just because I feel like it gives the water a little bit more depth and dimension and a little more life. So that's kind of what I chose to do. Otherwise, and I did feel like I rendered the rocks a little bit too much. Like maybe that outline wasn't really needed. But it's one of those things where I treat this as a learning opportunity. Not all of them are going to be the most amazing painting I've ever painted, but I don't know, this one turned out pretty great. I'm pretty excited about this painting. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. But yeah, leave me your thoughts on that mail club situation. I would really love to hear, negative or positive, it doesn't matter. You just tell me your thoughts. And then we're going to do the reveal of the painting here. So we have 8? I think this was 22. So I think I have 8 paintings left to do. I'm going to have to bang them out so that I can move on to other things. I do have other projects in mind. So I'm going to have to kind of, start. Maybe I'll do 2 a month and just do an extra video on like the 15th or something of the month and do 2 paintings just to get them done because I do really want to move forward. But that is the painting I have for you guys today. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you leave me a like, leave me a comment, and consider subscribing if you haven't already. I do new videos every Monday and Thursday. And if you made it all the way to the end of the video, leave me a cloud emoji. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye-bye for now.